I ain't that shit.
It's about self-empowerment. It's about self-awareness. It's about self-respect.
I do.
Not right. no, and every day, do you believe? Because I say that because when I was your age, I struggled with thinking I was beautiful. I did not look in the mirror because I didn't think I had a right to look in the mirror. I didn't think I was cute enough or beautiful enough. Because we had the little cute little girls in class and they would always pull out their lip gloss. I never pulled out my lip gloss in front of anybody because I didn't think I was cute enough to pull out my lip gloss and put it on. When I would walk into the bathroom, I never walked in the bathroom and looked in the mirror. I always ducked and went underneath the mirror and went around the mirror because I did not like what I saw.
I was taller than the mirror, so.
I didn't have that. But now, since you're the light-skinned one, and that, so how is, because it impacts you as well, people look at you and say, oh, and it's a hair
Yeah, about to say, what do you get?
Well, okay.
Are you mixed?
So
What do they say to you?
I am mixed. My mother is black, of course, and then my father, he's mainly black and white. Just
Okay.
black. And another thing is, with not just women, but people in general, like everything, we all know about the Trayvon Martins. We all know about what was it? Just everything going on with the black injustice. Yeah, Black Lives Matter, black injustices. And let's say, if I agree with it or do not agree with it, I get stared at by blacks and whites because they look at her. Well, she's mixed. She's room for the other side. And people, I've been told by black and white people, well, you're mixed, you can't speak.
Oh, yeah.
You can't speak.
Do you feel like you have to pick a side?
People make me feel I have to pick a side. In certain times, I cannot speak on how I feel on certain things because people will say, well, you're mixed. I've had people, you're white, so you can't speak. I remember one time, I go to a generally white school with a few black people. And the white people in there, they were talking negative, they were talking about black people. And they were talking about how the girl looked, and they were like, oh, she's kind of funny, blah, 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 because of the movie Roots. So then I also go to a technical school, and in that class is mostly black. And the one guy, the white guy, he was talking about it, he was like, dag, da-da-da-da. And the other guy was like, and I was like, well, they were watching Roots, and he was like, shut up, you're mixed, you're white, you can't speak on it. Excuse me? What did you just say to me? And I just looked at him, and he was black guy. And I was like, and he kind of said it, and he just was like looking at me, but he was like joking, and they were laughing, but I'm like, you were serious.
So do you feel like you need to fit inside of one of the boxes? Like, okay, I need to check this, this or that. Do you feel like you need to fit in with the light skin or the dark skin, or are you just fine just being who you are and what you are?
I am fine, but certain people try to group me in. Like, oh, you're like, I go to school with a more generally white school, and there's a lot of white guys there. I think some of them are cute, but then they turn around, oh, well, you're mixed. You're kind of cute for a mixed girl. Oh, you look Spanish. Oh, you look exotic. You're cute.
I told you look exotic.
Exotic, yeah. A Puerto Rican. Oh, you look good for a Puerto Rican girl.
Just something different.
And I'm like, I'm not Puerto Rican, and I don't want you. Because even if I did want you, I'm cute for a mixed girl? Excuse me?
Wow.
I don't date girls like you, but, you cute.
The nerve. So now I'm giving over to you. What do you get? Turn around this way.
When you said, what do you say, something about beauty or whatever, like, I personally think that I'm beautiful, but, like, when it comes to, like, low self-esteem, like, I have low self-esteem when it comes to, like, my marks and my bumps and stuff like that. That gives me a lot of low self-esteem. And then another, like, problem I have is, like, with my weight, because some people like to, like, boys, they like to talk about, like, how I'm small or whatever, like, you're not thick enough or something like that. So it's like...
So that's the criteria. They want you to be thick in
So
school?
when I
was in high school.
So it's different now.
Look at the videos.
My friends picked on me too.
But it's different now.
The Coca-Cola bodies kind
The Beyonce and all of that. And
No,
it used to
Beyonce
be,
is not... It's the Nicki Minaj thing. Like, you have to be something like that.
I've been out of school.
So before, it was cool to be thinner, but now it's almost like if you're smaller frames. Now I found it offensive that people can say like, "Girl, you need to put some meat on your bones. Girl, you need to gain some weight." But if I tell you, "Girl, you need to take some pounds,"
then people
then it's offensive. But it's always been okay for someone to say, oh, girl, you need to eat something. You know, girl, you need to do this. Like, so I feel like things have switched so much
It's the same.
now.
When I was in high school, I actually used to make myself like my good friends, my cousins. I ain't gonna say their names, and you know exactly who they are. Girl, you so bony because they busty. Everybody got double D's. Yamina wears tape, okay? Like, that's it. And I don't wear nothing on when it's in the winter. I got on sweaters. So that's me. I mean, you can count my ribs like through the shirt. But it's so
good,
people,
though.
they make fun of me. Ooh, like, child, you need to eat something on you. What size do you wear? Ooh, how much do you wear?
Like
Ooh,
size 2?
you so tall. Why don't you eat nothing? Then when I say, well, you know, I'm actually doing a cleanse. Maybe you should join me. Well, you're fat shaming. I'm comfortable in my skin. And it's like, wow, you were so comfortable to tell me that you're happy to be.
But the key is to be comfortable in your own skin.
Right.
And I do want to come back to you. Are you comfortable in your own skin?
Well, I know like when the time when I was having like problems, it was like one time I had stopped like eating and stuff like a lot, and I know I was making myself like lose weight more, but I wasn't realizing it.
Okay.
And then I wasn't no longer comfortable in my skin because it was just like I don't want to be too skinny either. So then I would start like I'll go to the doctors. They'll be like, well, yeah, it's nothing wrong with being skinny, but you cannot be skinny to the point where like you're
Unhealthy.
like yes, unhealthy. So then I had to like start trying to eat more and get myself together so that I wouldn't end up in a position where I'm in the hospital and they have to like feed me or something.
So are you angry about
About what?
you know, maybe not feeling as confident in your skin? Are you angry about it? Are you hurt? Or are you just something I'm getting through? I may not be there today, but I'm getting through it.
I think it would be more like getting through.
Okay. So, and tell me your name.
Erica.
Erica, because you're getting through, I want you to help somebody else get through. Somebody else that's looking, and maybe their skin, because I had some stuff going on. You know, but I want you to speak to somebody else, because somebody may be looking and they may not feel as confident. Skin may not be together. I want you to empower them and speak to them.
I would say like it's like a part of life. Like acne, everybody has it, and you cannot it's like hard to fight it. So I guess like you shouldn't let that like lower your self-esteem. Like you should just like find your way to deal with it or something.
It's called AIN and coconut oil.
Andy does work.
And it's not even about the scars, but it's how you deal with people making comments about you. How do you get up and say, you know what, people make comments about me, but you know what, at the end of the day, I love myself in spite of, and that's the message that I want to get across. How do you encourage somebody, regardless of what's not right or what's not happening, how do I love myself after the people are talking about me, beating me down, criticizing me? How do I keep loving myself?
You just know that you're beautiful.
Inside and out. Now, Mark, you a little quiet over there, and I'm coming back to this side. We're talking about girls and the issues that girls go through, and we look at boys and say, oh, they got it. We may not always say they got it going on. A lot of times we think boys have it together because a lot of times those are the ones that's maybe starting some of the ruckus and But Mark, what are some of the things that the guys are dealing with?
Like in my school, it's just like if you don't like play a sport, they just like call you soft and stuff. It's like you gotta be like you have to fight. Like if you don't fight, like
you have to fight. So do you fight?
No, I don't fight, but I don't have to go through that. But I don't fight. But in my school, if like all the boys, they have to fight. It's always competition. They always argue and they always have to fight. They always belittle each other and just like ugh. Like it's just rough.
Like with no love, none of that, and then come to school and be like this bully and everything.
Yeah,
and when they get home, they this big.
That's why
they're this
and they
big.
want
They're
to
like little
deflect
ants.
off of what they don't have.
They get molested, abused, and everything. Because I even use molestation to hold me back from a lot of blessings and places that God thinks that God had for me. I use that as an excuse. I'd be like, oh no, you know what? No, I'm not going to do this. Oh no, this man not going to love me. I'm going to just have sex with him because my cousin was molesting me, so that's cool. I that's all I thought a man ever wanted, but it wasn't about that. But I use it as an excuse to keep me bound. And God told me, you can't be bound. You're the light. You have to go out there. And that's when she came in my life. And it was like, and then when I told my mom, like, oh, I was getting molested by my cousin, she like, oh, I can't believe you. What you cannot believe? It's life. So then when somebody say, they talking about molestation, I'm like, well, girl, you know what I got from molestation? Girl, I got this. I got faith. I believe. I pray. You can't come against me. then if you try to, God is going to take care of you for me. So you can try if you want. But like everything that I have been through, and molestation is like, that drains you. It takes a lot out of you.
Do you think molestation is common?
Yes.
Yes. I think it's average. Even if somebody it is like, but I believe, and I'm not prejudiced, I love all kinds of people, but I think that's every average black person's story. It's just, but they find it as an excuse to stay where they are. I can't do that no more. I don't want to be
talk about it.
I don't want to be like, oh, their cousin bless you. Oh, mine's there too. Well, girl, you got a job, like, is you, like, so what you, girl, you still live, you still doing that?
But
do you think you still mad at him? Why? Pray for him, pray for your enemy, and then see what God can do.
What about counseling?
That's underspoken in our community.
So that's one of the things too that I wanted to. I work at a mental health hospital. I work at Friends Hospital, and a lot of times I feel like even as far as like mental health, that's a big thing within our community. It's very, very taboo, and I feel like that's the reason why our children like have so many things going on. We don't talk about it because you were taught whatever happens in this house stays in this house, and I know
you don't talk about your family.
You don't talk about your outside business in the house, and we're taught that Fortunately, I had parents, who allowed me to talk about different things, but I found a lot of times that's what it is. It's very taboo. It's almost like you don't go and tell somebody about our business, but a lot of times you can't go to your family because some of it may be from your family, and then you don't want to isolate yourself from the family because then it's a big fight. And so I found even, I worked on the adolescent unit sometimes, and I remember a young kid just sitting there, they were talking about different things that happened, about guys and, being with different guys and sexual things and whatnot. And he said, if you're with a guy, that doesn't make you gay, blah, 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 blah. And they was like, yes, it does. He was like, no, it doesn't. He said, because my dad raped me, and that don't mean I'm gay. And I just was like, wow. And they just was like, and all the kids just was like, oh. And they just went on like it was normal. There was no kind of like, really? Or it just seemed like it was fine. Like, they didn't bat an eye. They just was like, oh, well, yeah, you're right then. And that was the end of it. It was just, and I'm sitting there like, so y'all just gonna act like
it's just
he just said that.
Like you said, it's calm,
Well, it's normalized. What happens within I always tell people when I'm speaking, I said I talk black because I am black. I can't talk what happens in the white family or whatever, or in Hispanic family or whatever. I can tell you what happens within the black culture. Like you said, that what goes on here stays here. And the reason why it's become normalized in so many families because you have Uncle Tyrone that molested, you have Uncle Tyrone that molested such and such. Family knew, but no one talked about it.
Because people want to keep the man.
Right.
These women want the man so bad.
And we're not even really talking about the uncles as in the boyfriend uncles. We're talking about the actual family members. This is before we even institute the stepfathers that's labeled uncle. Right. So, when it's normalized in our family and, it's told to be quiet about it. So when it happens to another family members, that family member's like, nobody did nothing for me. All we told was to be quiet about it. So the cycle continues on. I went to a violence conference one day, and it almost made me cry when the presenter said, if you've been molested, it was a safe space. And he said, raise your hand. More than 90% of that audience raised their hand. So if you having all those victims just in that one room, just imagine what our family contains. What happened to you had you not, sought out help or whatever else. You could have been a perpetrator that did it to another member.
Like it took me to step out, strangers to see light in me to save me. It wasn't my family that was saving me because they even still want to keep me bound, and I can't allow them to do that to me.
But see, you got help in some sort of way. It wasn't direct through family or whatever else. And counseling, like you said, within our communities, it's taboo. It's like, oh, you weak.
It's pray about it.
You weak.
Yeah, we're either gonna beat it out of you or pray it out of you.
Okay, so pray about it. Does that work?
No.
Prayer changes everything.
Prayer changes everything.
I think prayer, but you gotta pray and believe.
But you need to have support with it because prayer, is awesome, and like I said, we pray about it. But if you don't have someone there to support you, And no matter, because you really fighting demons in your head, you're fighting demons all the time.
A support team.
Even a sane mind is fighting some type of demon, because you're fighting you fighting the good versus the bad every day. No matter what you do, one decision that you make in your life on any given day can change your life.
So prayer plus support,
Right?
makes a difference together.
I believe you need both.
I had plans on killing myself, right? So I'm like, well, let me just go to her house and tell her I'm just gonna kill myself. 'Cause I want to say goodbye to her. Mind you, she got to take her medication early in the morning. She was like, you can't do that. I was like, I really have to. So I walked all the way to her house too, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm supposed to be going to school. And this lady telling me that I can't kill myself. I said, she is crazy. I told you I'm done. And I said to myself, I said, like, I look at it like if I did kill myself, I wouldn't be here to help nor talk to people, nor even have the things that I have or what God had for me. I would have never seen it if I would have keep trying to kill myself instead of just like growing some wings and just fly. You know what I'm saying? I understand that birds fly high, but you always gotta fly beyond the eat. Yes, but like you gotta really have faith in yourself. Like that structure, it has to be built in yourself. You know how they say, you have to have faith the size of a mustard seed. That's all you need. I had that. I just had to like really go through a lot to know deep down inside that's what I had.
But you know, all that you went through, I know you know, it's not just for you. Your life is about empowering somebody else. You know, the experiences you go through. And the thing is, you don't get stuck, you go through. So that you can help somebody else go through. And I believe that's what all of you guys are here to do. Your age group is watching, and I need you guys to close out this episode. And I always try to end by having you all speak to the camera to empower somebody, send somebody away with a message, say something. Mark, I want to start it off with you. I want you to look into the camera, and I want you to send us away with the message. We're going to come around to the room. We're going to come around and everybody say something to somebody that may be going through some of the things that you experience. Even if you didn't say here what you're dealing with, speak to somebody else. Speak to you.
What I would say, it's not worth it. Just be yourself and live life.
You should be you, and like I feel like you shouldn't crave into peer pressure, and everybody's gonna go through challenges in life, but you just have to be strong and go through it.
Thank you. Do you know that you have a strong, powerful voice? Do you know that you just saved somebody's life? Because somebody may be in the same situation she was in where she wanted to end her life, but hearing from you makes a difference. I never want you to quiet your voice. I never want you to dumb your voice down or shrink into the background. You stand up and speak tall. You have a voice. Somebody needs to hear from you. Speak to somebody that's dealing with grief.
I would say find something that you will love doing that will take your mind off of any problems that you face in your life.
To my young queen and kings, I would say to remember that you are enough, and that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that whatever you put your mind to, you can do. I always say, you know, my favorite quote is shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you're still among the stars. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Like, everyone is here for a reason. Find your purpose and walk in it. So, and I love y'all.
Well, you said a quote, and mine says, be the change you want to see in the world, and that is one of the main reasons I'm here, to make a difference, to give back, to help out. I'm paying it forward 100 times, 100 times. So to all the girls that got the scars on their faces, to all the girls with stretch marks, to all the girls that are tomboys, to all the girls with the knees that are busted up from running and playing, to all the girls that have been expelled, to all the girls that have been suspended, to all the girls that people said was fast because you hung out with the boys, but really you was arm wrestling them, to all the girls who had the aunts making nasty faces at them, to all the girls that are skinny and thin and built like a boy, but you know you're a girl, do not cave in, do not listen. To all the girls with the big foreheads, to all the girls that speak properly, to all the girls that are proud to be Christian, to all the girls that are proud to be virgins, do not cave in. It is cool. People can never go back and become a virgin, but it can take you a minute, 30 seconds to lose what you have that nobody else can go back to. You can never be that again, ever. Don't let anybody convince you anything. You scared? No, you're scared of what I got. So don't let anybody tell you anything. It's cool. Made it all the way in college and everything. Be what you are. Stand true to what you are.
I just want to say that it always takes the leastest person in your life that God will place in your path to save you. Do not always turn your cheek on somebody because they have more than you. Sometimes, like, you have to really embrace that and use that as ambition to get to where you need to go in life. And I just want to say that no matter how many tears you cry at night, God will bottle them up and rain down the blessings.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. My ladies in the background, yes.
For the
Nice
ladies,
and loud for me.
For the ladies who are ladies, who were born ladies, who were not born ladies, but they are now. For the ladies who were born ladies, but they aren't now. I guess you could say they aren't now. I guess you can say, you are all that. You were put on this earth for a reason. Make them hate. Whatever you want to do, make sure you go to the fullest to go succeed. Make sure you want to get as high as you possibly could. Make them hate. Make them be like, dang, like, she's really doing all that. Like, yes, I am doing all that. I am that chick. Let them know I am that chick. And make them hate.
All right. Next,
I just want to say that there's always a rainbow after the rain. You always have to look for the good and the bad. And you never want to let little setbacks hold you back from major come-ups.
That's beautiful.
I agree. Like, you're gonna have so many obstacles in your life, but you cannot let that stop you from moving further. Be a success.
Mom, do you have anything you want to say?
Anybody can change with the power of prayer.
And I want to let you say something.
Wow. The youth you see here, we come from all backgrounds. We have issues that we all deal with individually. Some are more horrific than others, but you can't tell. And just like you can't tell here, you can't tell what's going on in our communities. If you are needing help, if you are wanting to be a part of something, there are people out there that want to help you. I know with my Girl You Can Do It art organization, we're always wanting to help. But I know the first step is the hardest step. You have to find that courage within yourself to take that first step to say, I need, or I want, or can you help? Because there are people out there to help you. My youth helped me more than they realized that they helped me. They go through different things in life and they make me think, as well as the mentors that all work with them, how can we make things better? We don't want to just play it forward just to say that we did it. We want to be able to say, we were here, and we did what we can do, and look what the fruits of our labor did produce. They're producing others that are willing and wanting to pay it forward to their peers, and it's working. We are African American. We're told all the time all the negative things that we are not. But I'm here to tell you that we ain't that chick or those men or those dudes.
Yes, it's fine.
That are not about nothing. We all are here, that you see here, are about something. And you know what? You're about something too.
You guys, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to come into your session today. At I Ain't That Chick, I really believe that every woman and every young man has a story, and we empower one another when we share our stories. Thank you for empowering people that you may never see, you may never meet. Thank you for empowering and for giving life. I so appreciate you. I appreciate you being open, and I appreciate you being vulnerable, and I just appreciate you being you. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's say goodbye to everybody. Bye.
Want to find out more about I Ain't That Chick? Visit our website at www.IAin'tThatChick.com.